So I hear you like Battle Royale games. Now I'm back in Apex Legends, and this time around I'm back with some randoms. It's good to see that sometimes there is a glimmer of hope that Battle Royale games do pair you up with some decent players sometimes, instead of just getting that random guy that goes on his own and he has no idea what he's doing, or maybe he's just playing with his buddy. You tried to follow them a little bit and then you're kind of not really getting anywhere. You tried to go and help. There's not really much you can do about it, and you just end up sort of finishing 14th or something, and then that's that. Okay, I'm back in again. So it does sort of help having a team, and obviously getting a team together and playing as a squad together. You'll learn, and you'll end up sort of knowing where to go, what to do, and all that sort of stuff, and you can rely on each other quite a lot. But like I said, it's good to see that randoms sometimes do pay off. So that sort of holy grail of, is this going to be it? Can we really do it this time around? Is this going to be that one time that you've heard of, that you go in with a random or with a couple of randoms and you're going to have some good firefights, a really good match, and then, yeah, this is what I've been waiting, and I've been playing with randoms for such a long time, that this was it. You know, I've made it now, this is it, and then there's nothing going to top this. Now, to make this even worse, if it could possibly be even worse, both of them had mics, but none of the mics worked. I did try talking to them earlier in the match when we sort of joined up, and then the only thing I heard was, okay, yeah, that's not working. So have you tried switching it on and off again? Apparently that didn't work, so they just end up typing, yeah, I can't, mine doesn't work, mine doesn't work. So I gotta say that was not the best start to a matchup where you're coming in with a couple of randoms and there's no ability for you to actually talk to each other. But all in all, I gotta say, even though we have a shaky start to our sort of three-man Battle Royale relationship, I gotta say it did come out and paid off in the end, and it was pretty cool. Now, there's a couple of little things here that made me sort of think that maybe these two guys were together in a squad, because I did see him sort of attack at the same time, push at the same time, retreat at the same time, and there was no sort of pings given, there was no orders given, so none of them were telling anybody what to do. So that kind of makes me think, okay, maybe they'll, I don't know, party on Discord or something like that. Or who knows, maybe somebody still uses TeamSpeak these days. But I gotta say, I do enjoy the game. I think the more I play it, the more I want to do better at the game. I think it gets to the point where I sort of started, I went in the first match I ever played, I ended up getting, well, the guy got 1 kill and I got an assist for it, and that's it, we just won. And I thought, okay, well, we've got to do a bit better than that, because it's not the most exciting of games for you to watch when you're sort of running around the whole map just looting, and then comes to the end, there's one guy, there was 2 of us left. There was one guy, and then I shot him once, and the other guy finished him off, and that was it. So not the most exciting of games, I gotta say, but the more I sort of play the game, the more I want to improve of it, the better I want to do. I'm kind of starting to like certain weapons, I'm starting to enjoy certain weapons, I'm getting the feel of pretty much everything in the game, apart from, like I said, the loot is still a problem for me. I'm not really finding that much loot, and especially not really found any legendary yet, even though I've tried the supply drops, I've tried sort of the high loot areas, I've tried quite a few things, and I'm sort of not getting lucky when it comes to legendaries. But I guess at one point or another you are bound to find some of them, just hoping there's going to be sooner rather than later. You do pick up sort of the odd shotgun from taking somebody out and he had like 2 shots in it or something like that left. Well, it's still cool and it's a legendary weapon. The problem is that you won't be able to reload it. So whatever weapon that you find, either you find it off of somebody that you've taken out, or you find it somewhere, whatever ammo is going to be in it, that's it. So you'll not be able to resupply any ammo for a legendary weapon unless they sort of change that later down the line. But for now, there is no option for you to do any of that. So if, in my case, when I found it, I found a Mastiff, he had 2 shots left in it, it really wasn't anything I could do. I mean, I picked it up just to see what it looks like, shot it once or twice, and I wanted to pick something up as my secondary, because I'm not going to go into a fight with 2 shots only, because unless he has no armor, I'll not be able to down him in 1 shot, even though I'm using a legendary shotgun. So I still, yeah, sure, you could take one guy out, but then you'd be out of a secondary because that's running out of ammo, and you're not going to be able to rely on anything else. So I sort of took it, fired it a couple of times. Yeah, it looks cool, looks nice, but I'm still waiting to actually find the true one myself. But all in all, I gotta say, I'm starting to get the feel for the DMRs. I'm not really a big fan of DMRs, never have been. I'm noticing that the SMGs are really rapid fire, but they don't really do that much damage. I'm sort of not a big fan of the burst weapons, but they do kind of good damage because they use the heavy ammo. So it's kind of a combination of a couple of things there. I tend to, if possible, I try to get something like close to medium range, but something that's decent, sort of long range-ish. So in this particular case, my sort of favorite loadout for now would be, say, the R301, which I'm using right now, and maybe a G7 Scout, or maybe the longbow, or something like that you can use for a little bit longer ranges, in case you're not going to probably end up taking him out at sort of longer ranges, but as long as you can do 30, 40, 50, 60 damage 1, 2, 3 times to him, you'll end up taking his shield, you'll end up taking or costing him more resources that he's not going to have when it comes to sort of the end game. Talking about weapons, you'll have to let me know what's your sort of favorite loadout for now. I think these things will change. I mean, patches, all that sort of stuff was going to come into the game, and things will change. Some of the weapons I've noticed, like you have quite a few weapons that if you find certain attachments for them, certain things for them, they'll make them feel a little bit better. I mean, there is a couple of SMGs in the game that will be sort of burst fire, but if you pick up the right mod for it, it's not going to be burst fire anymore. It's going to be a full auto, plus it's going to be brutal in close quarter encounters. So there is a few weapons out there that sort of needs to be tried and tested, or should I say, you just need to get the right mods and attachments for it before you start loving it. So you'll have to let me know in the comments what's your favorite sort of, if you have a favorite weapon that you always go for, or do you just go for a set specific loadout most of the time just to get used to it, or that's just going to be the one thing that really works well for you. Now, deviating a little bit from the actual weapons, let's talk a little bit about the heroes that you have here. Now, for me personally, I wanted to spend as much time as I could with Wraith, just to get better with it, just to understand how the ultimates, how the powers, how everything else works. And I gotta say, Wraith, he has to be one of my favorites so far. But then after, I don't know, level 20 something, I think it was, I did get 12,000 legendary Apex credits, whatever they're called, and I did buy Mirage. Now, Mirage, I gotta say, he's the trickster. Is really good when it comes to that. I think that makes him a little bit... It's just, in so many situations, he saved my ass when you can deploy that little fake decoy that goes somewhere out of the way, and then the guy starts shooting at him and he's wasted sort of 10, 15, 20 rounds on your decoy, and then it's easy enough for you to come in, blast him with a full mag, and he'll give you just that edge that when you really need it. So for now, my two favorite are going to be Wraith and Mirage. You'll have to let me know which one are yours for now. Like I said, things will probably end up changing in the future, but this is it. We are the champions. Technically, we did get a few more kills than 16, but hey, let's not get technical here.